Hey, what's going on, peeps? This is Frodo, aka Fernando. Today's video, we're gonna be watching. Hey, you like my getup, my outfit? Packers. Yeah, Packers. And I got this pink reading glasses. What I got? So, welcome to my YouTube page. Today's video, we're gonna be watching Cam Bigsby. Is that his name? Cam Bigsby or something? Yeah. Yeah, he does this all the thing after Charlie Kirk. You know, he does all this campus debate or discussions, whatever you want to call it. So this is the video. I think this regards to transgenders and all that, and some of them are immigrations or something like that. So let's watch it. I'm gonna be linking the full video into the descriptions. So I'm gonna be obviously I'm reacting to it, so I'm gonna be pausing this. So if you want to watch the whole video, I'm gonna I'm gonna put the link on the description. All right, here you go.
Okay.
It's
We'll
kind of
do
windy.
the first one, but we'll do it really fast.
Okay.
Windy.
Men can't be women. What's your disagreement?
Ooh.
My disagreement isn't necessarily whether I'm saying it's truth or wrong, because I'm not a biologist.
Okay.
I'm more of a question of why do you care?
Because it's an objective fact, and I care about preserving the truth and maintaining the truth. I think when
Okay. So I mean, that's his question. That's his answer. If someone would have asked me, it's like, why do you care? I mean, I don't care if you keep it in your private lives, you know, just like how people think they're dogs. There's people over there that think they're dogs and they're different animal. They even, you know, cosplay costumes and bark like a dog or whatever. I mean, there was even a person that thinks that she's a cat, that she, you know, she has her own litter box and the thing, you know. But I think I don't have a problem with that. You know, people thinking if they're thinking that they're a different gender. But I think I have a problem with this when it gets out of hand, meaning like when you have, you know, men going into the girls' bathroom, you have men's playing in a women's sport, you know, and just kind of disrupting our everyday lives. You know, they even have what do you call that? A parade to where, you know, they show their stuff, you know, in decent exposures and all of that. So that's when I have a problem. When I start having a problem with that. So that's the thing. I don't know what Cam's gonna answer, but let's hear it.
you start to
To what
degrade
end, though?
to the end of preserving the truth, I think when you start degrading the truth, I think it opens up an allowance for a lot of untrue things to happen that damage society. Right?
See, the real
There we
problem,
go.
I guess, I'm going
That's
to
right.
have, and it's not something that can be remedied here, not because of bad faith or anything, but if talking about it here, where it's out in the open, hasn't been planned beforehand, don't get me wrong, planning could lead to bad things too, but it leads to not being able to use studies. It leads to not being able to use experts.
Why can't
What
you use
study?
studies?
Right.
Experts.
I don't. Well, you can use experts.
I can't use studies because I came up out of nowhere as a bystander.
You can. Well, I mean, if you're gonna make claims, you can.
Well, I mean, there's recent studies of everything, you know. I mean, that's the problem is. I think where they're bending the truth, or they're nitpicking, or they won't even you know, you state the fact that that those, you know, the hormones and all they're giving in little kids are you know, bad and have some, you know, bad effect on kids. And there's some studies on that. I mean, if they're adults, they're adults. They can do whatever they want, you know. But when they are putting it on kids because kids think they're, you know, they're boys and girls think they're boys, boys think they're girls. I mean, that's when you're gonna have a problem. There's some studies on that. I mean, it's
And back it
Yeah.
up
I
with
don't know what he's
studies.
talking
I don't
about.
think you
That's why I'm
really.
not making
I don't
claims.
think you really need studies to talk about whether or not a man can be a woman. Generally, this is going to be a linguistic argument.
Well,
Well, this also the study finds ultimately the study finds is on the, you know, the well-being or the mental well-being of the individual, and that's what the That's what the science says. That's what all the experts are saying, all saying. And then, they get a mixture of people saying that, oh, that's not what it is. We're going to have to accept it, yada, 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 and all that. But, it's all just, I don't know. I mean, if they're adults and they can do whatever they want. And, just don't bother me. Don't bother the kids. Don't bother anyone. Just leave it on your private lives.
An opinion one, really. Just because I can't bring studies.
It's not quite an opinion. You could bring studies. I mean, people have come up here and cited studies
I already
today.
know beforehand, but I'm not an expert.
Sure, you don't need to be an expert.
But that's why I said I'm not touching that one for very long.
Common sense.
Okay.
That was quick.
So that's
and I'm not touching the second one.
Okay.
Because that one's going to require studies.
Okay.
Before it's really something to talk about. The third one. Easy
What was the
common
second
ground.
one?
Deport all
What was the second one? Was it the same thing that he said? I must have missed it.
illegals. They do something illegal, then they should be deported. I'm fine with that statement.
Okay, so this is all right. So this is the immigration now. Let's see.
They should be deported. I'm
What
fine
did he
with
say?
that
I'm
statement.
missing this. I'm
Do
sorry.
something illegal.
I'm sorry.
Easy common ground.
Easy common ground.
Deport all illegals.
Yeah.
They do something illegal, then they should be deported. I'm fine with that statement.
Okay.
The real problem that I think happens is that people call even. Do I need to get closer?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm really tall for this.
Go ahead.
But the real problem is that even people just saying they don't have a green card, they're an illegal. That's a lot of what's going on.
Yeah,
right
if
now.
you don't have a visa or permission to be in this country, you are illegal. And you said yourself that if somebody has committed a crime, then they should be deported.
I don't have a disagreement.
Well, 100% of all illegal immigrants have committed a crime. Violation of 8 U.S. Code 1325, improper entry by alien or the overstay.
Yeah. Those all it's in the law, but I think this is a misconception. This is like misunderstanding. A lot of people. This dude right here. I mean, as a natural citizen myself, I mean, we came here legally, did whatever we could, but this guy I bet he's talking about like immigrants as a whole, like people like illegals and legals, because if you're a legal immigrant, right? If you're an illegal immigrant, and you've committed a crime, and it's deemed to be, deportable, that ICE or DHS will will deport you based on that act. But you can file you can go to court and plead not guilty and all that. But it's totally up to them, even if you're legal, okay? Even if you have a green card, even if you're in the process going to citizenship, if you committed a crime, you can be deported. And I think this is, he's got them all mixed up.
Have a visa. So all illegal immigrants have committed a crime and breached federal law.
They did?
It doesn't matter if they've committed a crime on top of that, they are still in violation of federal law.
Correct.
Okay, let me approach it differently. So, a lot of the issues I have is that even on a day-to-day basis, I regularly see news, left, right-leaning, it don't matter, of people getting deported whether they're illegal or not.
Can you name me one person who
There we go.
has been deported as a legal immigrant?
It's
All
illegal.
of the Hyundai plant people.
What Hyundai plant people? Can you show me a source?
Well, if you're going to make me, let me look it up.
Okay, so the Hyundai, the factory that's actually from the South Korea, he's gonna look it up. They let's see what he's gonna find out. That's gonna slap him right in the face.
I believe it was Georgia, but I'm
Cam
not sure.
is also looking it up.
And it was in the last, 2-3 months?
Yeah, so this is. I'm gonna let the video play out, but this is just the quick recap on that. They do have the the paperwork and all of that, but they basically there were improper paperwork, so improper submissions of paperwork from the from HR. I think that's what it is, but I don't know. Let's see.
They were all illegals. They weren't illegals, though.
Do you have a source that says they weren't illegals?
Yes, I can find one.
Did they have a social security?
No,
No, they
it's
had work visas.
It's a word. It's not an H-1 visa.
That has nothing to do with being illegal. What he said is that you can have to have either the permission to be
Wait.
here, like a green card, or a work visa. Work visa is permission to be here, not illegal.
State ID expires. Do I get deported?
That has nothing to do with this one. This was a few months ago because it is a new Hyundai plant. They were given work visas in the last few months.
How many got deported?
I'm getting there.
I'm getting there.
Wait, Hyundai themselves said that they have zero tolerance for people who don't follow the law, and they were cool.
That has nothing to do with this.
Wait. Hyundai, the employer, is acknowledging that they were illegal immigrants.
They are not.
There.
In fact,
So prove it.
I'm getting there.
Okay, well you have to. I don't know why you would say it if you don't have something that proves it.
There's something wrong with how the paperwork and all the application has went through. There was something wrong with it.
Even Trump says he was very much.
DHA's flagged it, and that's why they went ahead with it. And sorry, that's what all the reports are saying. So it wasn't a working visa either. It wasn't like one of your regular H-1 or HJ1 or something like that. I don't know. It's not one of those. It's
opposed to massive ICE raid on Hyundai plant that led to hundreds of arrests and deportations.
I don't think he's saying that.
What led up to it? Let me get the story.
We know they
at
were
least.
deported, but why?
What that led up to? Because someone called an ICE raid for it. Like
Yeah, but you're saying,
citizen, not-
that's
They
the
didn't
point.
just
You're
call.
saying they were legal immigrants.
they were not immigrants. They were work visa people.
Okay, were their visas valid?
Yes.
Okay, prove it.
it's like snark. Like he's not gonna be able to prove it because this is different. This is not your, the working visa, like an individual working visa. It's not. Okay, that's kind of. I'm burning minutes over here. You guys are looking it up.
So they were in the country illegally,
Just-
without
well,
proper work visas, and they were put on a chartered flight back to South Korea. These were South Koreans.
And from what I can read, there's a lot to read about this, obviously, but it looks like, Trump was criticizing this because it happened very quickly, and there was precedent to deport them because they were overstaying their visas. There were plans to kind of fix this, and there was just like miscommunication. It was a bit messy. Maybe the situation could have been resolved a little better, where they could have gotten their visas renewed, or they could have gone back to South Korea on their own and then came back to the U.S. to work. But I mean, as far as them being deported and being legal, that doesn't seem to be the case. And I think this makes sense. It would have been preferable for there not to be like 300 workers gone overnight. But that's the way it happened, and they didn't break any laws doing it. ICE didn't.
They were illegally present in the country, and they were illegally working at Hyundai.
Yeah.
They were deported, put on a chartered flight back to their country. So if you could cite another example. Yeah. If you could cite another example of legal residents being deported.
Man, have this indoor. That thing is.
Well, let's just do that one where the guy was sent over to El Salvador, brought back, and
Kilmar Abrego Garcia was not a legal resident of the United States. He violated 8 U.S. Code 1325,
Oh, my
property
goodness.
by alien, and illegally immigrated to this country.
Someone
He was actually under a deportation order. It was just withholding removal to El Salvador. So he wasn't
This
supposed to be
guy.
sent to El Salvador, but he could have been sent to literally anywhere else. He was not a legal resident of the
He's
U.S.
going to Africa. One in a country in Africa. This is what happened. This is what happened when you're misinformed, man. You're jumping into conclusions, listening to the left-wing propaganda. Boy, oh boy. You guys got cooked. All right. Well, that's it for now.